you want free traffic on your Shopify stores? SEO is the key. If your store isn't ranking on search engines, you're missing out on potential sales. Hi, I'm Christian and I've helped hundreds of Shopify store owners grow their businesses over the past 10 years. And one thing that I've noticed is that stores that succeed take SEO seriously. In this video, I'll walk you through the exact steps to optimize your store for search engines, from keyword research to site speed, how to set up your product pages, backlinks, and even more. And stay until the end because I'll show you a powerful tool that will automate some of the most tedious SEO tasks, saving you time while boosting your rankings. So the main goal of SEO is for your website to be found whenever a customer types certain keywords in the search engine. For example, if you're selling soap, if I go here and I type, let's say you are selling antibacterial soaps, whenever I go and I hit the search button for this keyword, if you're selling this particular product, you want to rank as high as possible on that search page. So as you can see, we have a big player at the top. They probably spent a lot of time on SEO and on ads. Let's scroll down and let's see what other results we can find. And after all of these, the FAQ and this section over here, which we're gonna talk later about, we have the actual results. So if you sell antibacterial soap, you want to be on the first page first of all, and then you want to be as high as possible on this page. But how can we ensure that our website will be listed here on the first page and as high as possible? Well, optimizing our store to rank for certain keywords will ensure that. So what Google does is to compile a list of websites that rank the best for certain keywords that the customers search. And these websites are listed based on their authority on the topic. They are listed based on their relevancy for the topic and so on. And to have relevancy for that topic, you will have to optimize your store, your pages, and so on. And this is what I'm going to show you now. I'm gonna go here to my demo store. I have a soap and shampoo store that I'm gonna attempt to optimize for SEO. So the first thing you will have to do when starting this optimization process is think about the keywords that represent you the best. So think about your brand and think about your product, and then try to figure out what are the keywords that people are using to find such products like yours or such services like yours. You will have to think about 3 keywords for each of your pages, 1 main keyword and 2 secondary keywords. And how do we go about finding these keywords? And the first way to do that is to use a free tool that Google has. This is a keyword planner that Google has inside their Google Ads account. So you will have to open a Google Ads account to be able to access this tool. It's going to be under tools and then planning. To be able to see the actual data, you're going to click on this tab here, and then you're going to type in your query. So I'm going to add in here homemade soap. You can change the language if you want to search for different languages or the country. You're just going to have to add your country in there. And once you're done, you're going to click on get results, and Google will try to find the best ideas for your keywords. So if I typed homemade soap, we see here that we have here 1,000 to 10,000 searches every month, which is very healthy. So it's a good keyword to have, homemade soap. The competition is also high because this is a common product and a lot of people are selling this. And also we can see here the prices that advertisers are ready to pay to show an ad. So whenever someone clicks on an ad for homemade soap, they pay something in between 20 cents and $1.54 for each click. This is good information because you can then make an idea about the keywords you're looking at. And I think this one is a good keyword to have for my demo store there. So I'm gonna have this as the main keyword that I want to rank for this store. And then I'm gonna go lower so that I can choose 2 supporting keywords. Another thing is these keywords have some intent behind them. So when people are searching for homemade soap, they might be searching on how to make their own homemade soap. And you want to also have keywords that are purchase orientated. So something like homemade soap for sale might be a good keyword to have because people who search this, they are looking to buy homemade soap, not to make their own homemade soap. Just look around in the keywords and find 2 keywords that have relatively good volume. Look at the volume here, 100 to 1000 every month. This is also good depending on your niche, but something like this would be better. If you have larger volume keywords, they will help you get more traffic on your site. When it comes to keywords, there are other options as well. One that I use is to go to Google Trends, for example, and have the Glimpse Chrome extension installed. And this will give you access to a lot more information than just Google Trends. And whenever you're searching for a term here, you're gonna enter and you're gonna see the result for that term. This is the trend for this keyword. But what you want to do is to go lower on that page and look at these results at the bottom. These are other searches related to this one. Obviously, you will have to look at them and see if they have buying intent or they are just informational searches. People are looking to learn how to make their homemade soap. So you can look through them, and then if you find something that you find interesting, you can go ahead and take it from here and copy it, and then go back to the keyword planner and try to see what information you can find about it. And here is the volume, and here is the competition. Of course, some of them will not have a lot of information. If you want more information, you can go and try a tool like Ahrefs. Of course, this is a more high-end tool and it's kind of expensive to use. There is also SEMrush, which is a good one, but also the pricing for it might not fit a lot of budgets. Anyways, if you want to use such a tool, they give you more details on your keywords. So for example, I search for homemade soap. You have here a lot more options and ideas for keywords. What's good about this more advanced tools is that they are giving you more information. Like, for example, we have here the intent directly. You don't have to guess it. Like, for example, if I go here and search homemade soap near me and I search that, we see that the intent is changing from informational to transactional. And that means that people who are searching homemade soap near me are looking to buy homemade soap. So this is a good keyword to rank for. You have the volume across countries, you have cost per click and other information here at the bottom like keyword variations and so on. As you can see, you have more depth into how keywords work, and it's of course better to use a tool like SEMrush, but again, the pricing is the pricing. If you afford it, you can use it. If not, the Google Keyword Planner is good also. You can do one more thing with the Keywords Planner to find keywords, and that is by looking at your competition. If you have the website of a competitor of yours, you can just go and take their URL and go with it to the Keywords Planner. Click here on the keyword query and then go to Start with Website and paste in there the URL and then click on Get Results. And what this will do is to show us the keywords they are ranking for already. So the keywords they are optimized for at this moment. This way you can go and inspire and find keywords that you also want to rank for. For example, I'm going to go and I'm going to get this keyword here as a secondary keyword for my store. I'm going to take this one as well. This one has less volume, search volume, but it is more specific to some of the products I have on the store. And I'm going to take this as a secondary keyword as well. So now that I have this keywords I want to rank for, I'm going to go and I'm going to adjust my Shopify store to actually rank for these keywords. And one other simple way of finding keyword variations is to just copy a query that you think people might search and go to Google, paste it in there, and then see what predictions Google is showing you. The chances are that some of these predictions are very high volume because that's why they are getting in here. Just copy them, go again to your keywords planner and see if they are valid keyword ideas for you. Okay, now that we have the keywords we want to rank for, I'm going to go to my Shopify store and I'm going to add these keywords inside some key areas so that Google picks them up and gives my site more relevancy on that topic. So on your Shopify store, you have to think about the SEO globally, like your store SEO, and then you're gonna have different product pages and different collection pages, different blog pages, or other pages you may have on your store. They will all have settings where you can add the keywords and make them rank individually for different keywords. These ones that we chose now, they are for the main page. So I want to rank with my website for these keywords here because my products are relevant to this keywords, but each of the pages or each of the product pages will rank for different keywords, and we're gonna choose keywords for each of them depending on what content you have on that page. And I'm gonna start with the general SEO settings for the store, and you can find those in online store and preferences. Here down below you're gonna have search engine listing, and you will want to have your main keyword included in the title and the supporting keywords included in the description. You can add the main keyword also in the description. This is more like a description of your store. So whenever a customer will search for a keyword, they will see these results on Google. And as you can see, you have a title. This is the title here, and this is the description. So what is this search engine listing? This is what the customer will see when they will search for a certain topic or a certain keyword on Google, and they will get a listing like this, which is actually what you can add in here. So this is the title, you have the title in there, and then this is the description, and you have the description in here. At the bottom here, they have some extra fields. We're gonna talk later about these, but this one over here is like the classical listing on Google, the title and the description. And as you can see, they have natural soaps in the title like I've searched for. So natural soap, they have the natural soap in here in the title. And in here, you're gonna have the supporting keywords and maybe a call to action to make people click it. Now I'm gonna go and I'm gonna create my title and my description. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my main keyword that I want to rank for this website, and I'm gonna go to ChatGPT. Here's what GPT came up with. I'm gonna copy that and I'm gonna go to my store and I'm going to paste it in here. You see many Shopify owners, they don't change these things or they don't put a lot of thought into them. So that's why they miss out on a lot of traffic because of it. As you can see, we have a limit of 70 characters and we use 63, and that's great. And we have here the main keyword. So we have the homemade soap, we have body wash, and we have healthier skin. And these are valuable keywords for this type of store. Of course, you have to make sure that this title is representing your brand and your store. Don't have keywords in there that are too broad or not representing the niche you are in. And once you have that in there, you're gonna save. And let's go and create a description now. And here's my description. I'm gonna copy that. Again, I'm gonna make sure that these keywords are relevant for my store and they represent what we actually do. And if that's true and the keywords are in there, we're gonna copy that. You should think also about your brand and your brand's voice, and you should make sure that this fits your brand's voice. Once you made sure that that's true, you're gonna go and you're gonna replace this here. You're gonna save that. Okay, so this is for the search engine listing. This is going to show whenever a customer will search for homemade soap, for example, when they will find our listing, they will see this information here. Now we will have to make sure that we also include these keywords inside our content. These keywords here that you chose and maybe others that are relevant, they should be present also in the content of your store, not only inside the descriptions or the titles. So in order to let Google know what this page is about, we're gonna have to give it some clues. And to do that, we're gonna have to have certain elements on the page, like for example, proper titles, like this one over here. And we're gonna have to include the keywords we are aiming for in the titles and inside the content. But one thing that all pages should have is a H1 tag. This is a title tag, and all pages should have this H1 tag. And because we are on the home page and this is a Shopify store, our H1 tag is actually here. The logo normally is like the biggest title on the page that explains what that page is about. But on Shopify, on the home page, and this is true for the Dawn theme, I'm not sure about other themes. If you go and inspect the logo, you're gonna see that the H1 tag is actually the logo. But if we go to any other page, like if I go to a collection page, this is the H1 tag that will explain to Google that this is a collection page. So if I'm gonna inspect this, I'm gonna see that this is a H1 here. If I'm gonna go to a product page, this one will be the H1 tag. This is the title of the product. If I inspect it, is H1. And this will explain to Google that this page is about this here. And as you can see, this here, Sweet Honey Bomb, is not a good product title because will not explain a lot to Google of what this page is about. And I'm going to show you how you can change these product names to better reflect what the product actually is and for Google to understand what the product actually is. So again, for the general SEO, we are kind of done. We've done the listing for our page, and we will make sure to include keywords in the titles and in the content here so that Google, when scraping the store, will get these keywords and we will get more authority on the topic and we will get listed on the search results more often if we have these keywords inside the content. Okay, now that we have the general SEO in place, let's go to a product and do the same thing. So this is a product. I'm going to change this in a second, but I wanted to tell you one more thing about titles, and that is that it's not good to have multiple H1s on any page. So all pages should have just one H1, because if you have multiple H1 tags on your store, Google will get confused and you will not get ranked properly. And I'm telling you that because sometimes you have custom sections that maybe a developer built for you, or you've built it and you didn't realize that uses an H1 tag. So if, for example, this section would have another H1 tag that would talk about something else on the store, and you're gonna have the title of the product, which should be the main H1, then Google will not know which one is the right H1, if you know what I mean. And that can create some problems. So make sure that all pages, no matter which of the pages, if it's a product page, a collection page, all pages should have only one H1 tag. Okay, so let's go to the back end of the store and let's find this product here and let's optimize that. In products, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna find this product here and I'm gonna open it up. And the H1 tag is actually this one. We're gonna have to find a better title for this, and to do that, I'm going to take this description, which has some details about the product, and I'm gonna come here in ChatGPT, and I'm going to ask it, what are some high volume keywords for products that has this specs? So I'm gonna add here the specs that I just copied, and I'm going to see what GPT tells me. So these are some of the keywords. Okay, so now I'm going to go and copy the ones that I think that are relevant. And I'm going to go to the keyword planner again. And I'm going to go to keywords and I'm going to add them in here and see the results and see the volume and see the potential of that keyword. And if the keyword doesn't actually perform or it doesn't have like good numbers in here, I'm just going to go to the next one. But I think this one looks good. So I'm going to take this one. And after having a list, I'm just going to copy that and I'm going to go back to GPT. I'm going to add this prompt and let's see what GPT is going to come up with. And now I have 6 options to choose from, and I'm going to choose the one that I like best. Of course, you can tweak it a little bit if you don't like how GPT wrote it, but you should have in there at least the main keyword. I'm just going to take the first one and I'm going to go back to my store and I'm going to paste it in here, and it contains the main keyword that I went for this product, and it also contains some secondary keywords which will help sustain this page. So I'm gonna save that and let's see how that looks like. Of course, we might have to adjust a little bit the layout because some themes have this large fonts for the titles. So in order to do that, I'm gonna go to my customizer and I'm going to reduce the size of that title. Okay, here it is. Now let's go and create a description using the information we have here. I'm gonna copy that and I'm gonna go back to GPT. And now I'm gonna tell him to create a description based on this specifications. This is a mistake a lot of merchants do. They just add in here some specifications and that's it. This is not enough. Usually you should have at least 100 words written here. 300 to 400 is perfect, but at least 100 words. So let's go to GPT and create a description based on those specifications. And let's see the result. Of course, in the prompt, you can ask GPT to include more keywords that you found on the keyword planner in order for your text to contain more keywords and to be able to rank better. But make sure the text sounds human and it's not directly looking as AI created. I'm just gonna go and copy this and I'm gonna paste it in my description box here. So I'm going to remove this and I'm going to paste that in. And you can of course go ahead and format it the way you want, if you want to bold some things or to add other stuff in there. And I'm going to save that. You might have to format the text and to add some images inside and so on, but you should have at least 100 words on there. This might look a little bit long and dull without the images, but because you have all the keywords in there, you're gonna be listed much more often than if you wouldn't have them. Okay, now that we have the description and the title in there, we're gonna go to the images and we're going to add alt text to each of the images. The alt text is actually describing what's in the image. So we're gonna go again and we're gonna add here keywords that will describe to Google what is in this picture. So what I'm gonna add in here is the following. I'm gonna say summer fragrance, which I know is the keyword that we want to rank for. And then we're gonna have bath bomb, which is the actual product. And then I'm gonna add here purple. And at the end, I'm gonna add the perspective of the picture, like frontal. And this will help not only Google to understand what's in the picture, but also people that are visually impaired. And this is a good practice to have for accessibility, and Google rewards you if you do so. So make sure to add this kind of information to all your images. And I'm gonna save that. Now I'm gonna go and I'm gonna copy the alt text from there, and I'm gonna rename the actual file, because that is also important. Sometimes the file names are just gibberish, just numbers, and that's not descriptive at all. So it's a good practice to go ahead and rename the file as well. So once you've renamed the file as well, you can use the alt text to do that. You're gonna just save that, and this image is optimized. So if I go now to the product listing and I inspect this image here, I'm gonna see that this is the URL now, and this is actually describing the product, and that's great for Google. Now make sure you go and change the alt text for all the media gallery you have under this product, and you actually can go and change the alt text and the file names for all the images that you have on the sections, for example. To do that, you will have to go to content here, and under content and files, you're gonna have all your media gallery. And as you can see, the majority of these images are just gibberish. You don't understand what it is from the name of the file. And it's always good to just open them up and add an alt text in here describing what's in the picture and what angle the picture is taking at, and then renaming the file as well. And this will really help Google understand your website better, and it will list it more often. Okay, now with the images out of the way, all we have to do is go at the bottom of the product page, and we will have to edit this search engine listing. This is just for this product. So you will have to do this for all the products that you have on your store or all the pages. They all have this search engine listing. And this is again how this certain product will be shown on Google results page, like this, for example. So this is how it's going to look like. Because we renamed our product, the listings title updated, and this is good. So we're gonna leave it as it is. But for the meta description, we cannot have the entire thing here. So I'm gonna go and I'm going to write a meta description that will entice people to click. Of course, if you have an excerpt from your description and this looks good, you can leave it like it is. Because I know updating a lot of products manually is not doable when you have a large catalog. And I'm going to show you a useful tool that will help you automate some of those things in the end of this video. So in this case, you can go and take the description from here and go to GPT and ask it to create a description that is 160 characters long. So I'm gonna go here and say, so I said create a 160 character long search engine listing meta description out of this. And I've added the description of the product, and here is the result. And I'm gonna copy that, and I'm gonna go back to my store, and I'm gonna add it in here, and I'm going to save. In this meta description here, you don't need to have keywords as much as in the description, for example, or in the title. This is meant to attract the eye and to make the customer want to click on your link. So focus on that in here. And at the bottom here, we have the URL handle of the product. And as you can see, it doesn't describe the product that well, and I'm going to rename it. So I'm going to change this. I'm going to copy the title and I'm going to paste it in here like that. And I'm going to look at it, maybe tweak it a little bit if there are some words that we can take out. We don't need to have grammar in here, and I think that's fine. And I'm going to make sure that this is checked. This will create an automatic redirect from the old link to the new link that I just added in here. If someone has the old link for some reason, this can happen. A lot of people might have bookmarked a product. If you change the URL here and you don't have the redirect automatically happen, those people that have that bookmark and maybe try to access that page will get a 404 error and you will lose some conversions. So better have this redirect happen automatically by having this checked here. And whenever you're done, you're gonna save. So now here is my product page. I have the title, I have the alt tags for the images, I have the keywords in description, and then I have the search engine listing edited and optimized for search. Now we have the general SEO optimization and we have the product page optimization. Let's go and let's optimize one of the collections. The same thing goes with collections. You're gonna have a collection page and you should optimize that too. And in our case, we're gonna have the title, we're gonna have the description, and at the bottom here, we're gonna have the search engine listing, and all of this should be optimized. A lot of people don't like to add descriptions on the collection pages because sometimes that pushes the content down, the products, and they want to have the products right at the top. You can add description, you can push the description down below, so it doesn't need to be at the top, but we need the content on the page for Google to crawl it and to make that page relevant for some search queries. And to do that, again, you will have to go and do some keyword research for each of the collections, find a title, a suitable title in here, not just bath doesn't say anything. You can be more descriptive here, maybe include some of the products you have in this collection and then describe the collection. Again, 100 to 400 words. You can have a title like this: Summer Inspired Bath Bombs, Sweet Floral, Fruity Scents. It depends on what you're selling. You will want to add keywords in here, but you want to describe your products, of course. Then you will want to add your description and make sure it has the right keywords for that collection. Then go to your search engine listing. And because we changed the title of the collection, the title automatically changed here as well. We can make a shorter description here for the collection, something like this. And as you can see, your collection might have the wrong handle that doesn't describe the product you actually have in there. And it's important to change it. I'm gonna just take here the title again, and I'm going to paste it in there. We don't need any grammar in there or special characters, so I'm just going to leave it like that, and I'm going to make sure that the URL is redirected, because again, if someone has the old URL and I don't redirect, they will get a 404 page. And once this is done, I'm going to save this, and this should optimize my product page. Again, do your research, find the right keywords. So this is the collection page now. Of course, we can move this description underneath the product grid so that the products are shown higher on the page. But you should have a collection description because this will help you rank better. Now you will have to follow the same process with all the other pages on your store, because we have product pages, we have collection pages as we saw, but we also have regular pages. You should optimize all of these, because when someone will search your brand plus returns, maybe this page will show in Google search results. So any page you have in here has the same options. You have a title, you have a description or the content of the page, and then you have the search engine listing. And you should optimize all of this. Then we have blog posts, and blog posts are the same. So if you create a blog post, you're gonna have here a title, the content for the blog post, and then you're gonna have here search engine listing. And you should optimize the article as well, because a blog post can target a certain keyword, and then a customer searching for that keyword will land on your blog. And this takes me to the next thing, and that is internal linking. So you should link your products to your blog posts or other pages. If, for example, you have a page that shows the benefits of using a certain product, then in the content of that page, you should add links to the product itself. So, for example, you have a statement here about the benefits of using a certain type of product, and then you should add a link to that product. So you should do this across the whole site, like on all pages that you have the opportunity of adding a link, you should link a product or another page or a blog post. And this actually helps Google discover more pages faster, because when crawling one page, they will discover another page and they will crawl that one and so on. So internal linking is really important. Do add links to all the pages and all the blog posts that you can, so that those pages can be discovered faster as well. Another aspect that Google is looking at when giving authority to a site or a store is mobile friendliness and loading speed. If your site is loading slowly or it's not mobile friendly, then Google will downrank you and you will not show high in the search results, because they are looking to give people or their customers, the people who are using Google search engine, the best experience. So if your site is not mobile friendly and it loads slowly, then you're not in the books for them. Most of the Shopify themes nowadays are mobile friendly by default out of the box, so you won't have to do much, but it doesn't hurt if you check it. So to do that, you will have to go to your store, and then if you're on Chrome, you can go right click and then click on inspect here, and then go to this button that will give you like a view of a mobile device, and you can choose actually the mobile device you want to preview as. So in this case, I'm going to preview as iPhone 12 Pro, and theoretically this is how it will look on an iPhone device. So if you look here and everything is on the screen, and you don't have big issues like images that are shrunken or they are distorted or something like that, texts that go out of the screen, or I don't know, things that are not rendering well, then you're good. You will have to adjust your texts to be inside the screen. The images should be rendered well, and everything should be accessible from a mobile device. Then you pass your test for mobile friendliness. So on Safari, you just go to the Develop tab, and then you go here to enter responsive design, and then you can preview your store as on a mobile device, and you can check all these areas to see if everything renders well. So if you pass this test, then you're good. You can go to the next step, and the next thing that they are looking at is loading speed. And loading speed is important and is very complex to understand. But if you want to see where you are, you can go to Google's page speed test, and you can add your URL here, and then you click on analyze, and you will get a page result like this. This is the historical information. That means that these graphs were created by information from the past 28 days. If you do a fix now, for example, you will have to wait 28 days for these graphs at the top to reset. This is what you've got right now. So this is the information you have to look at, and you have to fix all of these. I have a couple of speed boost snippets that you can install on your store. If you want, you can check out the description of this video, and I'm gonna link them there. Those will help you boost the speed of your store with 10-20%. But some of these issues here need more attention. They need to be further investigated, and you need to fix most of them in order for Google to rank you and for you to show up higher in the search results. Because again, they want to give their customers the best experience, and a site that doesn't perform will not give them that. A big issue when it comes to speed are images, and because sometimes you or your developer or whoever takes care of your store uploads images directly from the camera, like not compressed and too large for your store, that can slow your store down significantly. So the advice here would be to go ahead and compress all the images you have on your store, because that will restore some of that speed. So for example, let's say you want to upload the image for this product. Before uploading the image, you can go on this website, which is a free website. You can go and upload the image, and then they will compress it automatically. This one was already compressed, but you will see here the amount of compression that they can add. Let me upload another one so that you can see how that works like. Let's say I want to compress this image here. they will process it, and then I will get like a 50% reduction from the image size. And this is significant for a web page because a web page can have like 2 megabytes in total. An image like this can have multiple megabytes. So if I go to this image here, to the original, and I look at the info, this has already 1.4 megabytes. So if a website should have like 2 megabytes in size, maybe a little bit bigger, if you have an image that is 1.4 megabytes, then we have a problem. And another aspect that can help you with speed is lazy loading images that are not in view. You should never ever lazy load images that are directly in view, like this product image, for example, or if you go to the home page, this image here in the banner should not be lazy loaded because these images are likely the largest contentful paint, and if you lazy load them, you will increase this LCP reading, and then again Google doesn't like that, and you won't be shown higher on the page because the experience the users will have is not optimal in Google's eyes. Again, at the end of this video, I'm going to show you an app that will help you with speed and some of these other issues. So after you make sure that these images that are in view are not lazy loaded, all the others can have the lazy loading property. Like for example, these images here, they have this loading equals lazy property, which does the job. And of course, the big problem with Shopify stores are the apps. And the problem with them is that they are stored on third-party servers, and there is no actual way of controlling the quality of the code from these apps. And some of them will slow down your store, and especially if you have a lot of them, they can really make your store unusable if you're not careful. So make sure that you have installed only apps that you are actually using and apps that actually bring value to you or your customer. If you're not sure about an app, just uninstall it and you will be able to install it later if you decide you want it. Another thing you can do is to add rich snippets to Google, and that means that you could be listed here with a question like that if you have the rich snippet for that, like answering a question with a blog post you may have on your site. As you can see, all of these are coming from different sites. So I've searched homemade soap and I've got FAQs about homemade soaps, and one of them is which soap is most antibacterial, and you have the answer coming from a site here. And then if I open the next one, why avoid antibacterial soap, and I open that, this comes from a different site. So on your blog post you can add this rich snippets, and Google can pick you up when on certain queries, and you can show up in here either as a question. There are others as well. Rich snippets for products are also good, so you can display at the bottom here the price, the rating. You can have a snippet like this. This actually looks like ads, but they are not. They are coming from this site, which did a great job with their rich snippets. As you can see, they have a huge section here that they didn't pay for. And to achieve this, you will have to add some more code to your store. And there is a guide on how to do that here. I'm going to link it in the description of the video. But as you can see, you have the product snippet that looks like this. You're going to have your text and description. Underneath, you're going to have the rating, the number of reviews, the price, the availability of the product. You have a bunch of other sections in here. So if I go to education and Q&A, you have this one. If I go to article, you have this one. And to get these to actually show on Google, you will have to add some custom code to your store, or you will have to install an app. There are apps on the App Store that will help you. And the app I'm going to talk about in the end of this video does this as well. So if you're interested, stick around and I'm going to show you that app in a sec. And the advantage of this is clear. If you have a larger section here underneath your link, or if you have multiple products listed visually here, a lot of people will click on them rather than clicking on whatever else is on this page. So the advantage is clear, and there are many options. So if you're interested in that, you should definitely go for it. And as any platform, Google loves when stores post regularly. They need new content because there are people online searching for things and they need to fill those gaps. So you will have to have a strategy for adding new content to your store. You should post like at least two times a month, if not four, like a post each week if you can. And you should research those posts using the keywords planner. And of course, you should be writing about something that is close to what you're selling and the topics your customers are interested in finding more about. Again, when you are creating a new blog post, you have the same areas, you have the title. You should have in the title your main keyword and maybe a secondary one. And then in the description, you should provide value. You should have your keywords in there. Then at the bottom, you have here search engine listing. You should add the meta description, which is the short version and should entice people to click that listing if they see it on the search result page. And then you should have a URL. You should contain in there keywords that you have in the title so that Google knows what this page is about. Another thing that Google loves is backlinking, and that means that you should be featured on other websites. And if you are featured on websites that have authority, then you will gain some of that authority and then your website will become more trustworthy. So if you can partner up with friends that have big websites, with influencers that can talk about your store and post a link to your store in some article they have, then your store will gain some of that authority and you will have more chances of being shown higher on the search results page. Then after your site is completely optimized, let's say you went through all the pages, all the product pages, all the collection pages, you've added all the meta descriptions and you ensure that you have keywords everywhere, you will want to submit the sitemap to Google. And that means that you will send directions to Google to crawl your store and to find the sitemap of your store. It's very simple. Shopify made this very simple for us. You will just have to add this at the end of your store is /sitemap.xml and you're gonna hit enter. And this is the sitemap of your store. You're gonna copy this and you're gonna go to the search console. And if you don't have an account yet, you will have to create an account and you're gonna have to link the property, the website, to the search console. And after creating your account in here, you're going to be able to go to sitemaps here, indexing and sitemaps, and you're going to be able to add the URL of your sitemap and hit submit. I'm not going to do this because this is for a different website, but after submitting this sitemap, you're going to see something like this, and Google will start crawling the actual sites on your store and it will start indexing them. One thing you should do is to check your domain. So if you go to your settings and then to domains, if you connected a custom domain, you're going to have multiple entries and you want to make sure that you have a primary domain that is premium like this, like the .com, or the one that is not My Shopify is the primary domain. And it's important to do that before submitting the sitemap to Google. If you did, you can submit a new one after setting the domain as the primary domain, but Google should know what URLs to crawl. And another important factor for SEO is to edit your brand information on the store. And because I don't know exactly where it is in this menus, I'm going to go to Sidekick here and I'm going to ask Sidekick, and here's the link for it. So this is the brand tab where you can add the logos and the colors and everything that is representing your brand. And this is important for other sales channels like Facebook or Google. They will be getting this information and they will be representing you better online when you're going to have products that go to Facebook or Google or other sales channels. As you can see, SEO can be a lot of work, and to automate some of these things and to make our life easier, we can go ahead and install an app. And the name of the app I'm recommending is SEO Ant. So I'm going to go to the Shopify's App Store and I'm going to click here on this link. Then once on the Shopify's App Store, I'm going to search for SEO Ant and I'm going to hit enter. And I'm going to go and I'm going to install this one over here, AI SEO. I'm going to click it and I'm going to install that on my store. Once on this page, I'm going to hit install again. And we have the app installed. Then I'm going to go just through the steps. Now they have here a couple of plans that you can choose from. You can of course go with the free one. If you decide to get any of the paid plans, you're going to have a discount code for 35% for the first 3 months. It's Shopioso. You just have to add Shopioso here at the bottom and apply code. And then you're going to have SEO and 35% off the first 3 months. And after the installation of the app, this is how it looks like. As you can see, we have speed score of 100%. This is good. If you have less, then you can speed it up using their technology. They show you also here a summary of the SEO situation of your store. It doesn't look that good for me because I didn't do any SEO optimization for this store, but you can see the issues here and they can direct you to fix them right here. So for example, we have uncompressed images and I can go here and I just can optimize them right away. You can go ahead and optimize all the product images, only published product images, collections, and so on. So I'm just gonna optimize everything. So before I would have to go and take all the images to that free site that I showed you, and I would have to go image by image and optimize them. But now I just can click this button and everything is done for me. And now the images are going to be optimized in the background while I can check and see other things that I can fix on the store. So first you're going to compress your images, then you're going to speed up your store, and they can help you in that department as well. They're going to show you how to do that. You can just click here and you're going to have a bunch of options. For some of them, you will have to be on a paid plan, but Instant Page, you can just have it for free and you can just click speed up now and they will work on doing that as well. So after optimizing images and speeding up the store, you will be able to optimize your own page SEO, which is very important. So if we go there, you're gonna have all your pages here and you can see everything is bad because I didn't optimize anything. Let's find that particular product that we worked on and see how we are ranking for that. Let's open that up and let's see the details. Let's see if I'm adding here the keywords that I was aiming for, if we get a better score. And of course we do. So because we went after these two keywords, we have 80%. You can go ahead and improve some of these, like we don't have H2s and we don't have keywords in the H2s. So you see, they give you the right pointers so that your page scores higher. And let's go and try to fix these. So I'm gonna go in here in the description and I'm gonna enter and I'm gonna paste here the title again. I'm going to select it and make it an H2 and I'm gonna leave it like that and I'm gonna save. Of course, you can adjust more, and as you can see now we have 91. This was missing, and we have something else here. They say the description should add 1 or 4 pictures, and I'm gonna add a picture here. Okay, so they say that we need 1 to 4 pictures inside the description, and in here the meta description target keyword should be included. I don't know why we don't have it there, so I'm gonna go and fix these two things. I'm gonna save here and go back to the product listing and try to include these two things that they mentioned to see if we can get to 100%. So I'm going to insert here an image, the same image as the product image, but just as a test. And I'm gonna go down below here, and inside the meta description, I am going to include the main keyword, and I'm going to remove something. Of course, this doesn't make sense anymore, but let's see if we have it like that, if we are hitting 100%. And I'm gonna go back to my product here and let's see what result we have now. So 94, it's a good score. We still have one issue here, probably we need more pictures, but as you can see, having a visual on the optimization process can help a lot, and you can get these tips and go directly to the issue and fix it without having to second guess. And that's how you can get more pages to 100% or close to 100% and get those pages to rank well on Google and hopefully get more organic traffic to your store and sales. So you can go ahead and optimize everything that you find in here. It won't take long if you're using SEO. And then if you go to search appearance, those snippets that we talked about earlier, the FAQs, the grid of products that you can display on the search page, those can be achieved by using this here. You don't have to edit any code anymore. This will be automatically added to your store. You can go to each of them and they explain you exactly what you're gonna get, like the snippet on top, the snippet at the bottom, the listing here, or an image on the side. You just have to turn it on and that's it. And they have a lot of options in here, and it's as simple as just clicking on this turn on button, and then you can go ahead and run a test. This will test to see if the snippet is correctly added to the store, so you will know directly if it's going to work. SEOWILL can help you also with the link management. If you have any broken links, they will help you find them and fix them. And broken links are links that don't go anywhere anymore for some reason. You may have 404s, you may have links that are dead and you want to remove them from your pages, and this is what this does. Then you can track backlinking. If you have blogs or other sites that are linking to your site, they have in here a system and they show you how to do it to get backlinks. This will help you create authority for your site and will help you be displayed on search pages higher. And as I said in the beginning, keyword research is very important. You have here an area which will completely replace this keywords planner that Google has, which is a little bit limited. I mean, you have the information here, but it's not as a keyword research tool like SEMrush, for example, which has a lot of information. SEOWILL has its own tool inside, so you don't have to pay for another tool to have the keyword research. You're gonna have here trends, for example. If you add here your keyword, and you're gonna search, you're gonna get different ideas for keywords, and you're gonna see the volume and everything that you need to know in order to decide if you want to use that keyword or if you want to use a different keyword that you might find on this ideas page and go for that instead, because that might have better stats. You can also see the keywords that you are ranking for already. So if you go here to analyze my keywords, it's going to analyze the keywords on the store and it's going to tell you what keywords you already rank for. And maybe you're ranking for keywords that don't help you. Sometimes it happens. You may have like a blog post or something that is ranking for keywords that go nowhere or they don't have search volume, and you may want to adjust that content or that page in order to rank for different keywords so that you can attract more organic traffic. You're also able to monitor some of your competition in here, which can be helpful. You can see what keywords they are ranking for. If you add here their website, then you will be able to track their movements and see the keywords they are ranking for and how they evolve over time, and maybe copy some of their strategies. And that's important because maybe they have a bigger budget than you have, and then you may discover some strategies that work for you as well. As you can see, SEO Ant is a complete solution and it addresses all the areas of SEO. If you're serious about SEO and you don't want to spend a lot of time doing it manually, I cannot recommend this software more. Believe me, it will shave off a lot of working hours, a lot of the guesswork, and you will just go on and do something more important. So if you're interested in SEO Ant, you're gonna have a link in the description. You're gonna also have a discount code for 35% for 3 months if you want to get on a paid plan. If not, you can try the free one. You have enough tools in the free one as well if you have a smaller store. But if you are serious about SEO and you want to save your time, you have to give it a try. Okay, now that you know how to optimize your SEO, check out this video next where I dive into boosting your store speed. That's a very important topic. Just click it and I'll see you there.